Hey guys, Racing Pro here. I had a shower thought recently of what would happen in FTL if, well, the Federation was actually prepared. Over-prepared, even. This is what I kind of came up with. You can never go wrong with too much flak. I had a number of ideas for the weapon system, but I ultimately settled on the flakkening of 2 advanced flak and 2 flak 2 because it's just so good. Zoltan Shield, fully maxed out ship with cloaking, mind control, and hacking. I never actually used mind control. I could have done drones. I had some ideas for drones, but it doesn't matter in the end. It all gets the job done. And then the crew, slug on piloting, so you can never have your pilot mind controlled. Mantis on doors because Mantis to run around. Shoot rock as well. Good tanks as well as can deal with fires real nicely. Mantis and sensors for the same reason as the Mantis and doors, and then 3 Zoltans to power engines, shield, and weapons because free power. I could have done this a little bit differently, but at the end of it all, it works out fine. This maybe isn't absolute overkill, but it's overkill enough. So if we jump into the ship settings, you can see everything is maxed, and then here in the loadout, I'm using automated reloader, Zoltan shield, and weapon pre-igniter. And some BL2s that I had because I was originally planning on different weapon systems and I just didn't make up my mind. My idea for doing this run was basically just to go straight to the exit in every single sector, and that's more or less what I did. Let's check out some of the highlights of my journey to Sector 8. After a few jumps, I finally came across a ship, and, well, this is why the flakkening is so good. I tried to align the flak in such a way that it would all fire at the same time. It ultimately doesn't matter. They tried. They failed, but they tried. Also, I got an achievement that I had to later go and remove, because that's not a legitimate achievement. Anyway, next ship. After a number of dead jumps and other stuff, I came across another ship, and again, the flakkening is just so good. But the key thing with this one is you can see that there is a sun in the background, and that is problematic. They try. They try so hard, but no. However, fun fact, fully trained engines guy with level 7 power in it? Yeah, not a problem. We're out of here. And after another dead jump or two, we find this ship. Instead of going for cloaking, I just attack it, because why not? It's fun to attack things. AI cloaks, I cloak. I didn't cloak long enough. How was I supposed to know that has cloaking 3 in Sector 2? I think this is Sector 2. It doesn't matter though, I've got Zoltan Shield. And he didn't even hit me with any of his weapons. And there goes the Zoltan Shield just as he blows up. Perfectly fine. Excuse me? What? Oh, hey, look, a store. Yeah! The drone dropped the BL2. I picked the Ion drone up at some point along the way from a basically dead drop. But yeah, 3 BL2s. One of which was actually legitimately obtained. Crazy, right? Anyway, another jump. Found a store that has a flak, because, you know, flak cannons are distraction boy. Ah, what a great augment. Don't got room for that augment though. I kept buying fuel whenever I came across the store and went to it, simply because I could. I've got almost 1,000 of it, it didn't matter. The reason why we're still going though is because I try to help out a ship and I get 4 damage. Just to explain the damage. Anyway, into a nebula and, oh, yeah, the low power. Huh, that's not a problem. Let's take the shields down, reallocate the power into the weapons, and Blammo Kablamo are dead. It's as easy as that. Zoltan Shield will suffice. Besides, with the weapon pre-igniter, they're never going to get through the shield fast enough. I say that. Into the later sectors, and it started becoming more and more of an issue. But it never was really that big of a hassle. Also, another ship. We're just gonna skip through this one because what happens to the ship doesn't really matter. You can see it goes down. Explosive replicator and an ion charger. Alright, let's go on to the next sector. We're going to the stronghold. I want to find the second ship. Let's do it. So, in jumping around in the Rebel Stronghold sector, I come across a ship at a pulsar, and can I outrun it? Even at full engines? Yes. Just barely. Anyway, I kept searching. Lots of jumps you can see I've already gone through. I see these couple of extra jumps here by the exit, and I decide to go through them. I'm thinking I'm not gonna find it, then it happens. I'm just gonna shut up and let you enjoy this, because this is... never stood a chance. Fired off one missile that actually made contact with the field, and that was it. Oh, it's so good. Can't accept the weapon, don't have the spots for it, because I'm not getting rid of the BL2s, because why not? Jumping my way through Sector 7, came across this. I figured, you know what, I'll accept the trade. Yeah, they took my stuff and didn't upgrade it because they couldn't. How nice. Anyway, we're finally at the end of the game. Ignore the asteroid field. Jump to the last stand. So blah 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 blah. Get an extra bit of fuel. Get my ship fully healed up. And let's go. Finally arrive at the base after a few jumps. Nothing really interesting happened in the meantime. It's just for the flagship to show up, shall we? Having some fun while figuring out how I want to allocate my power for this, clearly. Anyway, wait one last time, and the ship is here. So, it's quite simple. Just hack shields? No, hack piloting. I can cut through the shields no problem if the piloting doesn't allow them to evade my shots. Read out the cloak. Hacking goes. It's on there. Fire the weapons. Start the hacking. Quite past me, but slow. And there we go. Down to a whopping 5 health after one volley. Meanwhile, I still have my Zoltan shield up. Cloak under the missiles, because why not? Fire off the flax, and they're dead. They finally sent out their hacking drone, and they're dead. Phase 1 complete. Now I'm gonna stay at the base and wait. I don't really have to do that with a ship this ridiculous, but I'm doing it anyway, because why not? So here we are, Phase 2. The idea is basically the same, although I have to contend with the defense drone being a nuisance, and of course it's right in the worst spot for this, so even though I tried my best... yeah, there it goes. Let's try that again. Slightly better spot this time. And destroyed again. I was just having zero luck with the hacking drone, so I said screw it, and distracted it with the flak to get it in there. Unfortunately, a lot of flak did not hit the ship, but it's whatever. Also, my Zoltan shield finally gets stripped away, so incoming boarding drone. who just decides to chill on the side of the ship when I go into cloaking. That was rather interesting. Now, unfortunately, there are a number of missiles heading this way. My cloak is gone, and I don't have the power. Oh, right, I have the backup battery that I've never used. Or just reallocate power from O2, that works. Anyway, flagship phase 2 done. That just leaves one more phase to go. Now I immediately pump extra power into O2, and I just send the rocks in to deal with the breach because, well, they're not a mantis. Alright, so I go to close the doors, and well, at least the O2 replenishes quickly. Yeah, be mindful of which button you're pressing. You're fine. Now for phase 3, I'm going to jump into the flagship. Not that I actually need to do that in this case, but have it. So first things first, strip away the super shield, and it's gone. No pesky defense drone this time, so the hacking goes straight to piloting. Start firing immediately. Let's save the hack until the Flak 2s are ready, and of course, advanced flags just miss completely. Opt to redirect some power into weapons, still refusing to use my backup battery for some reason, and get a miss on all 3 missiles there, which is wonderful. Hack piloting, send all the flak across. Cloak under their super weapon, and they're dead. Except there's 2 missiles and 1 lands in the backup battery, starting a fire, damaging the ship right at the end. The only actual damage I received from any ship in the game came in right at the end as I was beating the rebel flagship. So there you go. That's what this silliness resulted in. Obviously, this doesn't make for interesting gameplay under normal circumstances, but it's a bit of fun for a few minutes, right? Now, obviously, with this being a pre-configured ship in essence, and skipping through a ton of jumps, the score is not going to be very good. But that wasn't the point. The point was to see how silly of a ship I could make and how quickly I could get to the final sector. But I still want to see what the score is. $2081. You know, that's honestly not terrible. 14 ships defeated, 53 beacons explored, and, well, it's my 4th best Redtail run, which is kinda sad, but to be fair, I haven't played that much. There's the new achievement that I unlocked. Not even intentional to get that, but, you know. Little under 1,000 scrap, and 4 crew hired, technically. But not really. All leading up to a score of 2081. Not bad, but certainly not good either in terms of the stats. But that's not the point. Yeah, there you have it. Just a fun little run-through of FTL with a ship that is configured to be completely overkill, absolutely unrealistic. I mean, you're never going to get advanced flak on the Kestrel, let alone 2 of them. But it's fun sometimes to imagine what could be with a little bit of mucking around. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. I am still primarily streaming to Twitch and not caring so much about YouTube, but I am trying to do a little bit more on YouTube, at least at the start of this year. So yeah, if you'd like to see more highlights and other things like that, let me know. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Later.